cafe.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hello there, it's Mike Matthews. Let's see, what's today's top tune that KCRW has? Is the song
Mike's Daily Podcast?
No, it's not the song Mike's Daily Podcast. It's Jonah Yano and Shoes featuring Tatsura Muraka. That's awesome. I don't know who that is, but I can say I drive a Miata. No, I don't. Now I drive a Honda. Or I'm just about to drive a Honda. I found a car, everybody.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Isn't that exciting? It was a tough time finding a car. And now
Mike's
yours truly
Daily
has one.
Podcast.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, I don't actually have it. You know what? I forgot to bring the checkbook. I guess deep down in my mind, I'm not going to actually buy this. Am I going to buy this? Do I have to? And I did, because the car that I have now does not have, tags. It's basically very illegal at the moment. So I need to get it up to snuff. My driving record, I don't want to be locked up, arrested for driving cars that don't pass smog. Which, anywho, did you know that if you buy a car today, they are going to push you to buy a car on the internet? They really don't want you coming in. They don't want you looking around. They don't want you kicking tires. They don't want you doing any of that. I have to hide the logo on this. Oh, wow. I guess I can't hide the logo on this. It's kind of in the face of the camera, isn't it? Let's do this. There we go. All right, there. So, yeah, it's very difficult now to buy a car if you want to kick tires and do it the old-fashioned way. So just know that. Know this.
Here's today's podcast picture.
Can't stand that expression. Know this. And they command you to, well, what if I don't know that? Don't want to know that? I don't need this pressure. Don't do that to me. The podcast picture today is of a wonderful mission, the San Jose mission. That's not in San Jose. It's actually more in Fremont. You can see that picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com. All right. I can put the microphone back over here because I'm done filming. Yes, so if you are going to go ahead and buy a car, they want you to go with the Basil. Yes, I have to show Basil the new car. So I don't have the car physically yet because I didn't bring the checkbook. But here's the thing. If you do buy a car... Hey, am I rambling? Yes, Basil, I'm rambling a little bit. Here's the thing is... This is a podcast where I will ramble a little bit. And my name's not Randall, although there is Randall Richmond who listens to the show from time to time. Hello, Randall. Shout out. Coronavirus crisis may get worse and worse and worse, says a chief from the World Health Organization. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. Too many countries are bungling their responses, he says. Okay. Sounds like a cheerful guy to have around for parties. And Gavin Newsom has ordered the closure of all indoor activities across California. Restaurants, indoor restaurants, that is, bars, no more indoor stuff. Stay outside. And also limits church services and salons. That's all happening right now. Oh, and you heard about Naya Rivera. That's sad. She was found. She drowned in Lake Piru. Yes, and I remember Lake Piru very well growing up in Ventura County. So the California is largely closing again amid a spike in coronavirus cases across the state. And that also halts indoor dining, closing bars, family entertainment, zoos, and museums. I didn't even know museums were open again. Also gyms. Forget about it, gyms. Was it 24 Hour Fitness that went bankrupt? Yeah, this is the thing. Those kind of services are not going to be around much longer. It's going to be working out at home, everybody. And I see more and more people walking outside, walking to get exercise. And I'm finding more and more that I got to bring my mask along, because you always end up walking a little too close to people no matter where you are on the trails or anywhere. It's good to keep a mask around. People throw their mask on when they get really close to each other and then take it back off again when they're past them. It seems like that's what's going on. So that's effective today. Other services are targeted as 30 of the most populous counties in the state, where 80% of Californian residents live. And it's not going away anytime soon, says Gavin Newsom. I hope all of us recognize that if we're still connected to some notion that somehow when it gets warm, it's going to go away, or somehow it's going to take summer months or weekends off, the virus has done neither. The setback comes after the state said June 12th that dine-in restaurants, retail stores, bars, religious services, and gyms could reopen with modifications in counties that met the state's guidelines. And now we've gone the other way, because Newsom says it's in response to a rise in COVID-19 hospitalizations in the state. So if you feel like it's a seesaw going up and down, you're being pulled left and right, it's because of that dang virus. The Piru Lake is where the body of Naya Rivera was found. She was 33. She went missing. It's very bizarre, this whole story. You've probably heard about it. She's the Glee star. She went missing on Wednesday after going boating with her 4-year-old son. He was found alone and asleep on the boat, and then she was gone. There is no indication of foul play or that she took her own life. Interesting. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. I left my old Sonic cup at work. I love Sonic. This isn't in no way an endorsement for Sonic. It's horrible food, not good for you. That's my plug and my slug. But yes, I love their cups. Their cups are amazingly resilient. And I use them for just sort of things like if I make my Matthews Chino and I want to take it with me in the car, I'll put it in an old Sonic cup. Well, I left one at work in one of the rooms that somebody else uses. I go, can you just grab that cup and put it in my office? And he said, sure. Cleaning crew threw it out. They found it in my office and threw it out. So old Sonic cups are amazingly resilient. Did you know that? It's true. Also, remember yesterday I was going to go car hunting on the Mission Boulevard in between Fremont, Union City, actually more like Hayward. Mission Boulevard has a bunch of... Oh, by the way, the podcast picture, that mission is on Mission Boulevard, thus the name. There you go. I did not walk up and down Mission Boulevard going to all the car dealerships, because I soon found out that they're pretty much closed and you can't go into them unless you have an appointment. Plus, they don't really want you looking at all the cars and walking around. They want you to look online first, which basically I'm all for. I'd rather just look online, and I found a lot of those car dealers were asking way too much for cars with way too much mileage, and I said no to that. We're outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth, Podcastro Valley, Mont. Mike Matthews, I got my car, new one, somewhere in Oakland, actually, but I'm not going to give them an endorsement or tell you where they are or anything like that. Just, I finally found a car, and I used the Carfax website, and that was very helpful. And the people there were really helpful, and I was happy, even though I couldn't get them to bring the price down at all. Maybe just a little teeny weeny bit, but they were pretty cool. They were about to close. Me and my lovely lady friend showed up, and they go, "Oh, okay, yeah, you can take it for a test drive." I go, "Aren't you about to close?" "Oh no, that's all right. We'll hang around." And it was worth their time because I ended up buying their car and they got a commission, so woohoo for them. But yeah, they were telling me, yeah, it's all online now. You know, you called us to let us know you were going to show up, and we were ready for you, and that's how we got to do it now. Look who's out here.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I didn't know when you were going to shut up.
Yeah, I was kind of rambling there. Hey, you got to drive around in my new car, my used car, rather. It's a new used car.
I don't want to, Mike Matthews. Buy a snow globe.
I'm not going to buy a snow globe from the gift shop. Chely Shoehart here at Cafe Anyway. How are you even letting people inside now with all these strict orders Gavin Newsom has? We shouldn't have even been inside the cafe anyway. But we were all social distancing at least 8 feet apart. And everybody has one of those, we don't even have masks on, we have those astronaut helmets. But not the most recent astronaut helmets, we're talking about the cool goldfish bowl upside down ones from the 1950s. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, where did you get all of those upside-down goldfish bowl-type helmets? Werner von Braun dropped him off. You know, he used to be a Nazi. That's crazy. And our whole space race, the whole thing, all our NASA progress came from him. It's a weird thing, America, isn't it? Having to deal with all the contradictions in our checkered, interesting history. Hey, you know what I got? I got a brochure from the Money Show coming up in Las Vegas. And here's somebody named Tony Hansen who says, feeling overwhelmed, wishing you had one person to help you walk through getting started as a trader? Here's a no. Answer to all those questions, no. But I guess this young lady will teach you how to trade. And a near foolproof way to trade any stock you love forever is this guy named Keith Fitzgerald. And he puts a hyphen in between the Fitz and the Gerald, because he's cool. And that's the end of the show. Next show, it's going to be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. I do not think I'm going to make it out to Las Vegas for this, but how are they even doing this? Is this going to be a virtual thing? No, it says Bally's, Paris, Las Vegas, August 16th through the 18th. How is that even going to happen? Or you can attend online. I went to the one they had last year in San Francisco. I went there opening day, so they weren't actually open yet. People were still setting up the booths, putting up all those cloth partitions, those little curtains. Everybody all dressed up in business suits. It's interesting. Can't find any parking because it's in the middle of San Francisco. Good luck with that. What do you think about any of the topics we covered today? You can call me 336MM Daily. 3 plus 3 equals 6. MM is in Mike Matthews. Daily is in what this podcast now has been for 2 days. That's pretty good. Occasionally I get interrupted. That's why I mention it. But yes, thank you for listening to episode 2088.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!